This FM 104.3. Good to meet Atik.
You be crying. My Professor Babuati no team and
Professor William Babuati.
I'm China Nanu pay. I'm Professor Bakupe. Also, what other nature said the Biava office now so uncle.
Hey, as a winner, I'll
on your behalf.
That's good. You have always been a brother.
Oh, yes. Anyway, issues are can my main candidate to 120 days of social contract withdrawal of charges.
No task force.
My minister is free withdrawal of charges. I think is the worst thing the Attorney General could ever do to this country. Look, say we want to win the fight against corruption. These are the things that disable the fight against corruption. Say Nkrofo who are standing trial. Because of my party Nkrofo Uzi, you are no longer interested in pursuing the case. Yangotia, the case had traveled for 8 years. Nim cases are that have traveled for decades. Simple. Look, criminal trial, there is no you can say way to determine when and how that case is going to end. What is here? And if indeed you feel strongly said they have a good case, let the court vindicate them. But is there any on the first official assignment in Israel drop charges against everybody and anybody NDC? Because this cannot be a principle. I will catch them and say all cases that have traveled 8 years merit Nimodia Ubejai. How about the other cases? Are they the only cases that are before the Attorney General? There are several cases the Attorney General are prosecuting, which have actually traveled. A Bimukra have traveled longer than cases I would drop here. Is it the case that you are not interested in Enudia? What is here? Once you do this, it makes it difficult for us to win. Look, you have just crippled the fight against corruption. Now, so what could you oral for report? And the expectation is you are going to act on it. How are you going to act on it with this if somebody is coming to a stage cry, I can't say. Well, with this, your first assignment, how do you expect people to trust, say, oral, Jumana, yes, and that you are not going to be engaged in witch hunting? Even if genuine, it is as a result of Obiako, that is why you are pursuing the person. Nyomba can say you are doing witch hunting, and that is what cripples the fight against corruption. Let the courts vindicate whoever you feel has a strong case. But this wholesale dropping of cases in the name of a chair, they were politically motivated. Prove so in court, or let them prove so in court. It's not your job. Yen Omanfono, I believe ni say something went amiss. Entina Attorney General Ediom Kojina Asemdibiano. So if you feel strongly say, now politically motivated, I'm sure you are not their lawyer. Let them prove so in court. And if court no feel say we mudia eseja omwa, then you would have done your job. But to come and say everybody NDC paying bia yedin Kojina court, what do you think is going to happen? Would you have the courage to prosecute MPP for? Oral in some semi and Anamika and Ray. Oral no, the scope was limited to only MPP appointees and appointees in the former administration. I thought say if you are talking about recovery of loot is not party specific. There are people who are not even partisan. Now so they have raped this country. But once you limit the scope to just MPP for now, it becomes difficult. Let me even take in some Uko aviation lands here, NDC for Wobi. State lands are Echiche. Uko Boteman lands here, NDC for Kitebi. Uko Roman Ridge, NDC for Kitebi. So if the scope of your pursuit is just on some political opponents, and you are dropping charges against yours, it makes it difficult for us to lend you the kind of support you need to succeed. And the fight against corruption, we must win. What is here? Intermediate idea, hammer dream, and like I said, you see, corruption must not only be fought, but must be seen to be fought. What is here? Until corruption, you can't measure corruption per se. The index you use is perceptive, no? Because cost exchange, all forms of corruption, they are not obvious. A lot of the time, they are subtle. Corruption, no? I strongly believe that there were people in the MPP administration who were super corrupt. Meaning, say there are people who looted state assets. But when you start this way, you've lost the fight before you could even begin. What you must say? And the idea I have
This FM 104.3. Good to meet